Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Alright, alright. Okay, good. So let me just start all over. I said okay. So I said these tools, they are designed to handle large data sets and they can also provide advanced manipulations. So we have about four power tools, main power tools in Excel, which are Power Query, we have Power Pivots, we have Power Views, and we have Power Maps. But for the purpose of this class, we would only be focusing on two, which is Power Query and Power Pivot. But note that these tools have various functionalities which are independent of each other. So first off, what is Power Pivot? So a Power Pivot is an Excel hardening tool that allows to perform powerful data analysis and create sophisticated data models. So with Power Pivot, you can load in large volumes of data from various sources to perform information analysis rapidly. So there are like three main parts in Power Pivot. We have data view, we have the diagram view, and we have DAX. So DAX is commonly known as data analysis expressions, which allows to perform calculations in Power Pivot. So DAX are similar to Excel functions, they perform like the same functions. So that is in the data view, or in the diagram view, we have something called modeling. So data are modeled in that part of Power Query window. So that modeling means connecting two tables of data or multiple tables of data to create a relationship between them. So this is what a Power Pivot window looks like. Can you all see that? Can you see the picture? All right, great. So this is what a Power Pivot window looks like. And one thing to know is that Power Pivot was included into Excel from the 2016 version. So if you have like an old version, like versions before 2016, you will not be able to work with Power Query in Excel. So moving on to the next slide. Now we've talked about Power Pivots. I'll be diving into what Power Query is. So now Power Query is an Excel tool used to note when I was explaining what Power Pivots is, I said it is a hardening tool. But Power Query is not an add-in tool. It is used to import and retrieve data from different sources. It is called an ETL tool. So ETL means extraction, loading, and transformation. So when it comes to extracting data, Power Query can extract data from different sources, for example, CSV files, Excel workbook, folders, web and online services, as well as relational databases like Access, SQL, and many more. So if you are using Office 365 like me, you can find your Power Query under the data ribbon, and you can find the Power Query button in versions of Excel 2016 upward. If you have older versions like 2013, 2010, and before then, you will have to download Power Query in Excel before you can use it. And this is what a Power Query window looks like. All right, can you all see the picture? All right, great. So next I'll be talking about the advantages of using Power Query and Power Pivot. So first, Power Query, you can use it to transform your data, you can use it to clean your data, you can use it to format your data. You know, unlike how you have to like clean data manually in Excel. You don't have to write bunch of formulas before you can clean and transform your data in Power Query. So it allows users to easily transform and shape data from multiple sources, and it provides a user-friendly interface to perform various tasks. So in Power Query, you can merge, you can filter, you can clean data. So this helps to like save time and effort compared to the manual data manipulation with Excel formulas and functions. So number two, Power Query allows for data connection flexibility. So Power Query supports connecting a wide range of data sources, including databases, spreadsheets. You can connect to web pages and even online services like Azure and SharePoint. It enables to combine data from complex it enables to combine data from different sources and also perform complex data transformation. So the third one, data loading and refresh. So once the data has been transformed and cleaned in Power Query, it can be loaded into Excel or Power BI for further analysis. So that means that you can, after you've cleaned your data, you can still transport it back to an Excel sheet, and that allows for like comparison between the data that is not cleaned and the new one, and it is actually faster. So now I'll be talking about the advantages of Power Pivot. So Power Pivot extends Excel data modeling capabilities by allowing you to create relationship between multiple tables. It also allows to build complex data models with hierarchies, calculated column and measures. Don't worry, we'll get into all that later. So creating these complex data models allows to analyze a larger data set and perform advanced power calculations. You know, like in Excel where you're wholly limited to like a million rows of, sorry, I need to admit, okay. Right, sorry. So you know, like in Excel where you only have to, where you are only limited to a million rows of data, in Power Query you can like load billions of rows of data. It is that powerful. It allows you to imports that much data. So number two, uses data expressions. So like I said the other time, DAX is known as data analysis expressions, and they are similar to Excel functions, but they are much more advanced. So Power Pivot allows to create much more advanced formulas, write much more advanced formulas than you would normally write with your Excel formulas and functions. So the third advantage of using Power Pivot is it allows for scalability and extensibility. So like I said the other time, it allows for millions or even billions of rows of data, and it can handle complex business scenarios and supports the creation of robust analytical solutions. So this has some of the things, or some of like the main things that Power Pivots can do. So now I would be taking you through the steps on how to activate Power Tools, and where you can locate Power Query and Power Pivots in Excel. So let me share my Excel screen, just a minute. Can you guys hear me? Please kindly signify if you can hear me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So can you guys see my screen? Can you see my Excel screen? Alright. I hope it is not too bold. Alright, great. Okay. So now this is where we'll be doing our hands-on and demo with the little bit of what I have explained. So first off, we're going to be activating the Power Query, the Power Pivot. We're going to be adding it into Power Pivot. And mind you, if you are using older versions of Excel, because I'm using Microsoft 365, you might not be able to navigate it as I am about to. So to add Power Pivot as an add-in to activate it in your Excel, you have to go to File right here. Can you see my cursor? Just signify, please. Can you guys see my cursor?
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Can you see my cursor now? Can you guys see my cursor now? Please signify if you can see my cursor.
Not yet. I can't see your question.
Oh my goodness. How about now? Hi, can you see my cursor now? Please signify if you can see my cursor.
Yes, I can see it now. I can see it now.
Alright, thank you. So to activate the Power Pivot add-in into Excel, you go to
Event right now, sir. Yeah, so this is how to just be.
okay. So you go to File. Like I said earlier, this is Microsoft 365. So if you're using older versions of Excel, you might not be able to activate it like this. So first you go to File, and then you go to Options. Why is it not showing? Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Okay, you know what? Let's just can you guys see my Excel screen? David, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. Move on.
Can you see my cursor too?
Yes, yes, I can see it.
All right, fine. I had to change. I don't know what was wrong with the former window I was using before. So to activate the Power Pivot window, you go to File, yeah, and then you go to Options. Right. So from option, this window is going to pop up. So and then you go to add-ins here. That's like the last part of the options. So the second to the last, you go to add-ins, and then you go to manage. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my cursor?
Yes, continue. I can see it.
All
And I
right.
hope.
So yeah. So
So
you go to
please, I
manage.
can't see the screen.
Oh, you can't see. Can't. Alright, I'm coming.
Okay, reshare it. Unshare and reshare it again. Okay, I can see it here.
Okay, I'm coming. Okay. Alright, so I've stopped sharing. I'm coming, please. Sorry about that. Alright, can you guys see my screen? Hi, can you guys
Okay,
see my
yes, I can see.
screen? Alright, great. Okay, great. So to activate the Power Pivot add-in function, you go to File right here. So after clicking on File, you come down to Options. So this window is going to pop up. this one right here. So from there, you go down, you scroll down, and then you click on add-ins. That's like the second to the last option on the window, right? So from there, you go to the last part, this manage part. So you click on the drop down beside these Excel add-ins, and then you go to come add-ins, and you click go, right? So this window comes up, and you can see that my Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel is ticked. That is why I have this Power Pivot menu on my Excel sheet. So if I should put it off and press OK, you see that it would leave there. So to reactivate it, all I have to do is just go to File. So if you already have the Power Pivot menu on your screen, you don't need to reactivate. So I just go to File, Options, Add-ins, and then this drop down right here, and then come add-ins, then go. So all I have to do is just click the Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel, and okay, then I have it right back on my menu option thing. So can you guys see that? Is that clear? Can you guys see that? Is that clear? Kindly signify if you can
Yes,
hear.
I can see it is clear. Thank you.
All right. So back to it. So now we are going to demonstrate a little bit of I will be showing you guys the simple things you can like do with Power Pivot, right? So to activate the Power Pivot window itself, you can go to the Power Pivot menu up here, right? So to add these tables to Power Pivot, all I need to do is like press Add to Data Model, and the Power Pivot window would open up. So it is loading. Right, so this is the Power Pivot window, and that was, I showed you something similar the other time. So this is the window. I have my price table and my sales table, which are the two tables that are here. And mind you, Power Pivot opens a separate window, so I can toggle between my Excel sheets and my Power Pivot window. You get, but Power Query does not give us the ability to do that. You can't toggle between your Excel sheets and your Power Query editor window. So this is the Power Pivot window right here. All right, so I can close the Power Pivot window here too. So that is not the only way I can open up my Power Pivot window. I can come down here to, okay, right, sorry about that. So I can come right to the data ribbon here, and you see this small green icon that can also open up the Power Pivot window. So if I click on that, it will open up the Power Pivot window. And you can see that it also includes the table that I have in my Excel sheet. It automatically opens that up. So I can still close that and nothing would happen to my Power Pivot sheet. So that's about that. So now I'll be taking you through some simple calculations that you can like, or the simple things that you can do with Power Pivot that might seem like a whole bunch of work in Excel. So now, for example, let's say I am trying to know the price of fruits for each product. You know, normally in Excel, I would have to like write a VLOOKUP function to like get the price of each. Okay, I think we should try that. Let's see, VLOOKUP, the product ID, which is like the common column between the two, comma, and then I see mark all this, comma, and then the column range 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Is the time still sharing again?
Not, maybe she's having network issue from her own end. Please let's just keep calm. She will be back soon. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I had a little bit of network issue. So oh my goodness, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that.
No
Okay,
problem.
message record. Right. So I'll just reshare my screen. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, your screen is showing the first letter of your name, your surname.
Mm, that is not right. Just a minute.
All right, it's perfect now.
Okay. Can you see my Can you see the Excel window?
Yeah, yes, it's perfect. You can see pivot table design. You see power query
Oh,
or pivot, power pivot.
all right. Thank you. Okay, it's back up. Sorry about that, guys. So where did I stop? Okay, right. I was trying to show you guys a little bit
You are
of
trying
what we
to
can.
VLOOKUP,
Yeah.
VLOOKUP
So
formula.
yes. Okay, so now instead of the traditional VLOOKUP function formula rather, where you would have where I would write to where I would have to write a formula so I can get the price or know the fruits for this table, we can just use Power Pivot to like walk through that. So for that, all we have to do is just connect these two tables, and there are several ways of like connecting tables in Power Pivot. So the first way is to go under the data ribbon or the data menu. So under data tools here, you will see this icon. So when I hover on it, it shows relationship. So when I click on that, it will bring out this window. So to create a relationship between these two tables, so I can create some calculations between them, I would go to this new option. I would click on that. So I'll click on the tables that I want to connect. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but have you named your table before?
The tables are named.
No, I'm not talking about the each column. Okay, yeah, resize table
Tables are
and
named.
okay,
So
all
this
right,
is
all
it.
right. I've
The
seen it.
tables are named, right? And this is the second one.
Why
The
I
name
asked the
of this
question that you are
tables.
making reference to the table. So I don't know that you have named the table before. So that was why I asked the question.
Yeah, that's fine. So the tables are named. I named this one sales 4, and then this one is price 5. So that is just for easy recognition of the table. So I will just pick the table name and then connect them. So going back to the data ribbon, I would click on this icon here and then select new. Okay, so I'll click on sales for the name of the first table, and then price 5, the name of the second table. So now I have to pick the common columns between those two, because I can't just create a relationship between tables without them having something in common. So the product ID is the common column between these two tables. So here I would select product ID, and then for the second one I would select product ID. So and click on OK. All right, so the relationship has been created like that. So if I go to my Power Pivots window, so to see if these tables are actually connected, I can detect that by going to the diagram view. So the diagram view is up here, home, and then diagram view here. So the reason why this is showing 2 is because I already opened the Power Pivot window earlier on. Normally it would just be 2. So these tables are connected. We can see this line in between them, which means they are connected. And we can see that when I overrun the line, the product's ID icon is like highlighted, which is like the common elements or the common column between these two tables. So that is that. And another way I can create some relationship between these tables are I can uncreate a relationship. I can just delete this. Right, so it is you can see that the tables, like the line collecting them has gone. So to connect these tables back, I can just like click on this product ID column and then drag on the second product ID column. Right, we can see that it creates a line in between them, which means that they are connected like that. So those are like the 2 ways of creating data modeling or connecting. Hi, can you guys hear me? Right, so those are like,
can hear you.
can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
All right, cool. So those are like the 2 ways of creating data modeling or creating relationships between table. So that is like one of the first steps to like creating a calculation between the tables if I do not want to write an Excel function. So I can okay. Right. So I can go back to my Excel workbook. So now to what we did there to reflect it here in this Excel table, I can then add my pivot table. That is what I will use to represent. Pivot table is used to represent analysis or calculations from Power Pivot. So to activate my pivot table, I can go to insert Power Pivot, and then from data model, that means I want to make calculation based on the 2 tables that I just modeled, or based on the 2 tables that I just created relationship between them in the previous window that I just closed. So I'll click on data model, and then so there are 2 options to where I can have my results, like the pivot table, I can either have it in a new sheet, it will create a whole new sheet, or I can have it in this sheet and select the location. So now I'm selecting G15 to be the location of where I want my pivot table to be. So I can just click on OK. Right, so we can see that the pivot table icon has already shown. Right, so now we can see the tables that we connected there. That is the price and the, I think I should just delete the relationship between these two. So we'll just have only one tables that are connected. Right, so let me go back to that. Right, I can go to data, then refresh. Okay, so now we can see these two. So these are the only tables that are connected. We can see that there is a line between these two tables, which means they are broken up. So these are the only tables that we have connected. So if we click on this drop down right here, we can see the columns under each table. So this is the price table, and we can see the product ID, the fruits column, and then the price column that is under that table. So for the second table, which is sales, we can see the product ID, the quantity, the dates, and then, yes, just those three columns that has values in them. So to create any form of calculation in this, and this is one of the reasons why I said creating calculations or making any type of analysis with Power Pivots is much more easier and faster. And any type of changes that I make here is not going to reflect on my original data. In fact, different people can work on the same Excel sheet, make different changes or make all sort of calculations in the Power Pivots ribbon or window, and it will not affect the original source data. So that is why sometimes it is good to use Power Pivots to make our calculations and, connect our data sets. So overviewing back to the Excel sheet. So now to create a form of calculation, we want to find like the quantity for each fruit. We want to find the quantity of fruits purchased. So for that, all we have to do is just click on fruits, and we can see that it appeared in this rows column, and then the Power Pivots icon changed from this, like this is just showing, but the minute we click on fruits, or we can drop and drag it right in this rows area, it is going to change. That means this is representing the every row of fruits in our from our table. And we can see that right here we have 5 fruits, and here it is also representing 5 fruits. So let's say we now want to find the quantity. All we have to do is select quantity, or we can drag and drop quantity into the values area, and that would create our calculation for us. So instead of writing a bunch of functions and formulas in Excel to like make our calculation, we can quickly make our calculation in Power Query by connecting our tables and dragging and dropping the columns into the areas we want them to be, and our analysis or our results will be well presented for us. And so there are like other ways of creating tables or pivot tables with Power Query, Power Pivot, I mean. So to do this, and Power Query and Power Pivot has some sort of intelligence. If two tables are not connected and you try to drag and drop, Power Query will tell you that these tables are not connected, and it will try to like detect some sort of relationship. So let's say, for example, I go back to my Power Pivot window and I go to the diagram view to delete the relationship between these two tables. I want to break the relationship between them. So let's say I'm deleting it, like, so delete from model. Right, so that will break the relationship between them. And I go back to Excel, right? You can see that Power and Pivots is saying that there is no relationship between these tables. It can't detect any type of relationship. So from here, we can just opt for the auto detect menu. So by pressing this, it would automatically run through each tables and find the common column just like we did, and then it would create the relationship. So now, because they are like similar, to it is able to find. So having similar columns in our tables is like a key way, or is like the key to creating relationships. So we can see now that after it has detected relationship, the number of our quantity, or the sum of our quantity, is now correct, and we no longer have that warning right here that says that there is no relationship between these two tables. So I can just close it. So those are some of the simple things that we can do with Power Pivot. Right. So I think we can now move to Power Query and see the simple calculations, or the type of things that we can do with Power Query. But before we head on to that, Power Pivot allows us to, it automates. Like, for example, if I had a particular row to any of the tables, it will automatically load it to the tables I have loaded in my Power Pivot. So for example, let's say I want to add a new row to this table, and then I go to my the 17th row, and then I type in 1005. Let's see, 24. So now for the year, let's say I type 1706 2023, and then I press enter. So now all I need to do is go to my Power Pivot window and refresh. Right, so you can see success. That means it is done refreshing, and I close. So if I go back to my my Excel sheet, now to know if this thing has truly connected, or if it has truly done what we want it to do, let's try by removing. Okay, what column? Let me remove the fruit column and then the quantity column. So now if I go to my sales and I click on date, it is loading. Sorry about that. Okay, let's say column. And then, no, okay. I have to change this from months to year. I'm coming. Just a minute. I'm trying to change from a month to a year so we can truly see that the 2023 year has been updated to it. Okay, let's see quantity. It's not showing. I'm coming. Let me refresh. Have this refreshed.
Can't see your screen again.
Right. Hold on.
Okay. Maybe you are doing some backend editing.
You said?
I said you are doing some backend editing.
Right. It is just supposed to like load, refresh, and show the
Okay.
new row,
You
but for
did that.
some reasons it is not showing. So I'm trying to like fix that. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. Can you guys see my screen now?
No?
How about now?
Yes, I can see the screen now.
It's coming up.
Alright. Yeah.
Relationship.
So for some reasons that is not showing, but let's add like a new fruit. So okay, strawberry is already there. What other fruits do we have? Okay, orange. Right, so let's refresh and select fruit. Right, okay. So it's not showing this too. There's only sales type. Join. Can you please unmute? This thing has refused to show. But normally, if a new column or row is added, it should update. I think there's something wrong with mine. A minute, please. Okay, I think we should just leave that. I think there's something wrong with the relationships created. But normally it should update whenever a new column is like added, it should automatically update and then she's going to show. All right, I think that is all, or that will be all for Power Pivot. So let's quickly brush through Power Query. Right, so I'll be using a new worksheet for Power Query. I will not be using this data or this table that I used for Power Pivot. So I'll stop sharing my screen so I can open that up. Now, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Or let me open the Power Pivot data set so we can go through some things. Where is that data set? Okay, let me close this window.
Hello, phone ring.
Pick your phone.
Margaret.
Hold on a minute. The video is the data set is just coming up. It's taking time to load.
If I am not going to go, yeah, so Olùkọ́ easy ni. Ọwá tí Ìbàdàn lẹ́bí àbí ẹ̀mejì. Ọwá tí lẹ́bí àbí ẹ̀mejì. Láti Ìbàdàn sí Èkó, láti ìlú Èkó sí Ìbàdàn. Ọdún wa láti Ìbàdàn láti ìlú.
I think it's your graduation. Second, are you calling? There'll be rest. There'll be rest.
Hi, can you guys hear me? I didn't know I was muted.
We can hear you now.
All right. So, what did I say last, please? Sorry.
Never
You said you wanted to load the data that you want to use for PowerPoint, and I can see the
Wow.
data.
Wow. I didn't know I was muted. So this is the data that we are going to be using to demonstrate or to make a demo on Power Query. So like I said the other time, Power Query is used to extract, load, and transform data from multiple sources. So if you are using older versions of Excel, 2013, 2010 upward, you have to download the Power Query editor, and you might not be able to do this because I'm using Microsoft 365. So to locate the Power Query editor, all you have to do is come to your data ribbon up here, and then under get and transform, you go to get data. So here we see the multiple sources which Power Query can import data from. From example, we have from file, and we see that it can extract data from Excel file, CSV file, JSON file, PDF file, and even a folder. So for database, we see the various or the multiple sources of database whereby it can download or import data from, also from Azure services, Power Platform, online services, and web services, and the rest of them like that. So right here now, we can see that this data. Okay, I'm coming. I have to admit someone into the meeting. Okay, right. So from here now we can see that this data it is unable, we are unable to read it because everything is just jumbled up. So I'm guessing this is probably similar to a CSV file because it is each column is divided by an hyphen. So we can see that we have the date column, and then we have like about 4 columns here. So with the help of Power Query, we can easily split. Oh my goodness. With the help of Power Query, we can easily split this data and get it into like a readable form. So to make that easier, I'll be turning this into an Excel table so I can easily load it into Power Query. So all I need to do is just Control T and okay. Right. So this is an Excel table. So from here now to load. Okay. Can you please mute yourself? Okay. So from here now to load this into Power Query, all I need to do is go to my data view, and then I would choose from table or range because I already turned this to a table. So all I need to do is just go to from table or range, and then it would automatically take me to my Power Query editor. So this is where I can do anything I want to do in Power Query. And earlier I showed you guys what's a Power Query editor, what it looks like. And one thing about Power Query is that it records each step taken in this window, and it records everything right here on my right hand side here. Can you see my cursor? So every step taken is going to be shown here, And we can see right here that there is some sort of code right here, but you don't have to worry about that because this is called the code written in Power Query is called the hem language, but you don't have to really worry about that because Power Query will just write it out for you. All you have to do is just know how to work your way around the Power Query window. So now we have this table. So the main use of Power Query is just to like clean data, specifically can clean data. And if I don't want to import data into Power Query the way I just did, there are other ways I can do it too. So to do that, all I just have to do is discard and it will take me back to my normal window. So if I want to like import data, like this same data, but in another way, but the way I did the first time was faster and much easier. So all I need to do is go from file. In case you have another data set that you want to import into Power Query and it is not in a table format. So all you have to do, sorry about that. Right, so all you have to do is go to get data from file and then from Excel file right here. Right, so this would open this window up and then you can probably input the name of the file if you know it, or you can just go through your folders and then locate the file and then you can just have it imported into Power Query. But since I already opened this this data in an Excel sheet and it is already in a table format, all I need to do is just go to from table and then range. So that's taking me back to this window. So all we have to do now is to clean this data set. And like I said, every step or everything I do in this editor is going to be recorded right here. So let me remove change type. Right, so this is from the beginning. So to clean this data set, the first thing I
Hello. I don't know if I'm the one experiencing network issue. I can't hear the facilitator. You can't hear the facilitator.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I'm with you. I can hear you.
all
Damilare.
right, can you guys hear me now?
Okay, we are with you. Zeno.
All right, great network. Right, so to can you guys see my screen? Okay, you
Yes.
can see it. Right, so
Yes, I can see
to
your screen.
yeah, okay. So to get these data sets in a readable form, because everything is all together. So there's like a very simple way to do that. Instead of writing Excel functions and formulas, text to column and all of that, or writing our left, right, and mid functions. So a very simple way, just like a click of a button, I can transform this data and have it all cleaned. So to do that, I will go to the transform ribbon. So now what I have to do is that if you see that this data set, we have like a common special character dividing each each entry or each word written. Like for example, the dates, we have this separating it, and then this, and then that one separating it, and then before we have the name right here. So to get it all in its own column, all I have to do is go into the transform ribbon here, and then other text column. I would go to split column, and then I would split it by delimiter, that is the hyphen separating each of these values. So by delimiter right here. So these are like the options for separating values, but the one I'm going to use is split by custom, because I want to write this sign separating each of them. But they're like other ones you can use. We have column, we have the comma, we have the semicolon. So I can just say custom, and then I would write a thing like separating each of them, and all I have to do is just split at each occurrence of the delimiter. So at each occurrence, after each occurrence, I want it to like break it and take it to the next column until I no longer have this special character. So from there, all I have to click is OK. Right, and we can see that our data has been splitted into different column. So the only thing I just have to do here is to change the column headers, because they just have data written all over it. And as you can see right here on the applied steps, it shows the steps I had just taken, that is the split column by delimiter and then the change type. And this is the code that Power Query used to achieve this result right here, but we don't need to worry much about that. All we have to do is just know how to navigate the Power Query editor. So now what I have to do is just change the column header. So I can say this one is date. I can say this one is amount. Probably this one is like the percentage price. Probably name of customer. Oh, sorry. Right, and that is that. So another thing I can do is just like detect data types. I want Power Query to find the right data types for each column, because they are like, we have different types of data. So now look at the types of data types we have. We have like the decimal, we have the currency, the whole number, and all of that. For example, if this amount column, if it is not in currency or whole number, I will not be able to perform any type of calculation in it. For example, if Power Query is seeing this particular column as a text, it will not be able to perform any type of calculation. So because of that, for calculation purpose, we have to like detect the right data types for this column. So we can go to transform, and then we can just click on here from any column and then detect data type. So this way Power Query will detect the correct data type for each column, and everything will be the way it is supposed to be. And we can see that the change data type, it appears in the applied step window here, this icon right here. We can see that I just changed it. So to take this back into Excel, all I need to do is close and load to. Okay, so this is it. Now I can import my results from Power Query into multiple ways. I can have it in a table, in a pivot table reports, just like the way we did earlier, in a pivot chart, or I can only create connection. So for the only create connection, the data would be clean, but it will not import it back into Excel sheets. But here I just want to import the data back into the sheet, so we'll be able to compare. So now I'm picking the column or the row that I want this data to be in. So if I click it like this and I press OK. Okay. So now this is our cleaned data from Power Query. And that is one of the simple things that we can do with Power Query, though we can still do a lot, but for the purpose of time, these are just some of the things I would be showing you. So does anyone have any question? Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes.
All right, I said, does anyone have any question? Mute yourself. Thank you. Does anyone have any question? Can anyone? Goodness. Does anyone have any question?
Yeah, I got your explanation clear. When you imported it,
All right.
yeah, what did you click there? I think someone was talking with me, here, so that was why I got confused.
Oh, okay. What part is that? Probably I can go
When
back
you
to it.
imported back to Excel sheet,
Oh, Excel sheet. Okay, sure. Can you please unmute yourself? So, okay. Mm. So unfortunately for or one of the downside of Power Query, I will not be able to like go through that step again unless I redo the cleaning, because when I hover to this close and load, it only shows close and load. It is not giving me the option of choosing where I would like to load to. But let's see if I can like just go through it again. Same thing here. All right. Let me. Hi Latif, are you there? Can you still hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I've seen it. I think I've done
All right,
something of
good.
such. I just want to know where you get it from. So I've
Okay.
seen it.
Okay. Let's go through that again. We'll just quickly run through it. So importing the same data into Excel. All right. So from table and range. All right, just a minute. It is loading. Okay, so going through the steps I went through before. So to transform, and then where is it? Okay, split column by delimiter. All right, just a minute. Okay. All right, okay, since this is clean and it's just for seeing purpose, I will not be changing the name of each column. So close and load to. Okay, so now this is that part. Latif, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I've seen what you did.
Yes, yes. So you can load to a table. You can only
So I know
press
that Power Query,
connection.
after you have done it, it will allow you to do the previous step.
Yes, yes. And you can also add it to the data model, like connect it to Power Pivot. So that is that. So does anyone have any question? Hello, do you have a question? Goodness. Okay. So the absence of no questions means we are done with this session. Stephen, do you want to add anything?
Thanks so much, Zainab. It's been an amazing section. For me, I don't have a question pertaining to that. I'm just, grateful that you were able to give us an elaborate explanations on Power Query. One thing I would just like to request is probably you can drop additional links, probably to check and to learn more and how we can have access to the video recording assignment, but more importantly, the links to learn more and the recording. Thanks so much.
I'll have that created and send it to the group. Thank you so much for sticking with me, guys.
Right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I would be. Do you have anything to add, David?
Nothing. I don't think.
Okay.
Just to emphasize on what just to buttress what Steven said. Maybe you should drop the link of the video after the class, and then more materials for people to learn more on this Power Query. It's been an amazing class so far. Sincerely, I enjoy it, but the network is
Yeah,
okay. That's what I want to
it's
say.
breaking. All right, thank you. So the absence of no questions, and think we've covered everything we have to cover. I'll be ending this call right now. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with me, and talk to you guys
Thank you
later.
very much, Zainab. I
Yeah,
really appreciate your class. I would like to connect
thank you
my
so much.
great
Thank
data
you.
analysis.
Thank you. All right, I'll be ending this call now. Thank you.
So I wish to learn from you in the future and to connect more and collaborate.
All right, no problem. No problem. Are you on the MLSA group?
MLSA.
Yes.
Let me check my WhatsApp. WhatsApp group, right?
Yes. You're a student of Unilearning, right?
Say?
I said you're a student of Unilearning, right?
I'm a student.
Oh, excellent. No problem. That is not a
Yeah,
problem.
I'm in the group MLSA.
In the group. All right, sure. All right. It's nice talking to you guys. I'll be ending the call now. Thank you.
My verse is done. My verse is done. Hello. Oh, Zainab is off. Thank you.